and welcome to Cade Friends podcast. I'm Cade, and I'm here with Adrian.
Friends.
Yes, and Alex.
Friend.
And
I was actually, that reminds me, this makes me a little nervous because last time that I was on a podcast, it was Forrest and Friends. And I didn't realize, at one point, we had like turned off, well, we didn't even turn off his little podcast. We had like turned the mic away from us because me and Shay, who was also on like that episode, we were like talking and we wanted to be, you know, like off the record. And so we like turned around from the mic. We were like whispering and kind of away from it instead of just like taking 2 steps to the left.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that I had like my whole like lapel mic on. And so Forrest caught like a whole section of me just kind of being like, of like me and Shay talking and just kind of being like, I'd be like, oh, I'm so glad like I'm doing this. Like, I hope this goes well for him. And I was like, I'm just glad to be his friend. I didn't know he liked me. Like, I'm just glad to have got the invite. I'm here and I'm happy. And it was very embarrassing. I think he kept it up there. I think it was a funny point, but it was so dumb.
A little thing pops up that says, Adrian did not know he was being recorded at this time. And this is what he said. And
the good thing is that you have the mic. If you wanted to say something off the record, you just kind of move it away from
I had the mic then too.
He had a lapel.
He had a lapel mic. Lapel mic. Lapel mic.
If you will.
Mm-hmm. So, Alex, are you excited to be here?
I am excited to be here. Are you excited to be here, Adrian?
I live here.
Oh yeah, we might need to say that.
Yeah, do we want to like talk about where we are?
Yeah, because we're not in our studio or whatever you want to call it. We are here.
We're not even virtual.
We're on location.
We're on location. This is our first on the road episode.
Oh, that's insane.
We're with Adrian, our dear friend from RSU. Adrian was in Omaha.
Yes, Adrian was in Omaha.
I was.
Well, we should finish up the first thing. We're at Adrian's apartment. Did you say that already?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
I just kind of moved on.
Moved on. Okay. So that's why we're here.
And established. Not much lore there.
This table actually, if you've been with us for a while, made its first appearance at the Omaha
post-credit show something, whatever we call those.
Adrian sent in a photo of his table.
Yeah.
And this painting in the background.
It was all there.
It was hung up at that point.
I think it was.
I'm fairly certain it was resting on the table.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, it could have been right. Okay.
Yeah, it was in position, but it took me so long to get around to like hanging it up. It's got 3 thumbtacks and a prayer.
There also was a box of Twix, right?
There was a box of Twix. It's just a box now. It was a very short-lived box of Twix.
Keen-eyed viewers may notice Adrian's not lined up with the painting.
Yeah, no, yeah, and the painting's not even if you're watching the video version on YouTube.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because we're kind of over, but that's fine. That's totally fine.
But that's
it's even for you. I mean, it's not like you didn't hang it right. It was.
Oh, okay. No, I fully thought that like it was just lopsided. I was looking at the camera like.
No, it's that we're not. It's not centered in the background. That's our fault.
With that.
That's our fault.
I mean, we could have just moved the painting.
We could have. We could have.
Do that.
We could have painted a new painting a little bit more in the center.
Yeah,
just
or extend the painting.
Yeah,
just add on to it.
Yeah, I could have went off and did that. I mean, for people who are only listening to the audio, would you like to explain what the painting is?
I described it as the back of an Arby's for all I know. It's some sort of like cityscape type of thing on like a hill.
Medieval.
I wouldn't call it medieval. But it looks European of sorts.
Some sort of almost like it's religious almost looking.
I wouldn't call it that.
Okay.
I would agree with you, Cade.
The one with the dome.
Definitely not.
It's like some sort of like something, right? Basilica or something.
Very Epcot.
Very
Epcot, yeah. Right.
Yeah. It could have been in Orlando. Yeah. Could have been Epcot Center. You think that's the Epcot Center, Alex?
It could be.
Yeah. From just an angle that you weren't familiar with.
Yeah. I think it's just like from like the south angle or something.
From behind the Arby's.
Yeah, from behind Arby's. If you go to the Arby's and look, that's what.
Am I allowed to say Arby's?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't. The sponsorship hasn't gone through yet. So.
But I do love Arby's. You
used to work at Arby's.
I used to work at Arby's. I love Arby's.
Really?
And if Arby's sponsored us, I would have no problem being sponsored by Arby's.
Censor this because I fucking hate Arby's. Okay, that's not true. I like their fries. In fact, I have a bag of frozen Arby fries in my fridge right now.
They have delicious curly fries.
Some say they have the meats.
They have meats.
See,
but their sandwiches are ass. Certified.
No, their
sandwiches are
sandwich
so bad.
is so good.
They're so bad.
Ooh, we're having our first fight.
Trash.
Their curly fry, their mozzarella sticks are the best mozzarella
I think
sticks.
this is the longest we've gone before getting into some petty argument. Some stupid disagreement.
I mean, Alex takes this a little bit personally because he, made these things.
Yeah.
I made this. I didn't make that.
Yeah, you did make this. No, their mozzarella. If you have not had an Arby's mozzarella stick,
Their mozzarella sticks are good and their fries.
Their fries.
I'll give you that. The rest is ass.
Their whole it's interesting, like a fast food restaurant that centers almost exclusively around roast beef. That's their
shtick.
That's their shtick. Yeah.
They have the meat. The meat.
Yeah.
Arby's actually owns Buffalo Wild Wings and a bunch of other.
Oh, I think I did know that.
I did not.
Oh, we researched that. Yes.
It's almost like a lore crime.
It's almost like a lore crime, which that's a reference to a segment on our show. We're not doing this episode. We're not putting you through that.
Yeah.
But
lore crime is a different, but it's a reference to another segment in our show that we're not going to put you through. But maybe catch it. Arby's might be part of a lore crime.
Can I know what a lore crime? Actually, before not just know what a lore crime is. What did I sign up for? What did I agree to? Is this an interview? Is this going to be a little segments type of game show? I don't know what this is.
it's called Cade. It's kind of a
game show vibe. I can do game show.
Yeah, it's
But you don't win anything.
I didn't expect to.
Yeah, it's mostly
We might pay for your lunch.
I'll take that. It's happy hour, I believe, so it's gonna be a solid $4, but I'll take it.
So Arby's, here we go. Arby's is owned by Inspire Brands. Okay, Inspire Brands owns Arby's, Buffalo Wild Wings, Sonic. Yeah.
You said Arby's owns Buffalo Wild
So
Wings.
it's actually was an interesting deal where Arby's cornered the market by buying ones, and then their parent company ended up becoming Inspire Foods or Inspire Brands. And so it actually was Arby's sit there and they were these mob bosses that took control of the city. They were these low underground person, and then they slowly bought out all these people, and now they're this huge behemoth, and they changed their name to Inspire Brands.
I really hope we're not wrong about that. I really hope that.
Well, you think it'll hurt our brand deal with Arby's to compare them to a mob boss?
No, I think Arby's
I think that's the nicest thing we've said about Arby's on this podcast.
I think Arby's would say, you know what, that's fair, and then they would send us I don't know, a little mob boss hat, a small one.
They'll put a hit out.
Yeah. Well, shoot us with a mozzarella stick.
I'll take it.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad way to die. Death by a
I've seen worse.
Yeah,
A great way to die.
Also, they own Jimmy John's, Rusty Taco. I don't know what that is, Rusty Taco. And then Mr. Donut, and then Dunkin' Donuts and Baskin Robbins.
Dunkin' Donut. Can we get a sponsorship from Dunkin' Donuts?
I'll take a Dunkin'. I will absolutely take Dunkin' Donuts sponsorship.
Do you like the donuts at Dunkin' Donuts?
Yeah.
Oh,
I do. You don't?
I don't. They're very dough forward.
You don't like dough.
They're just they're like bread. You're eating a big loaf of bread with something on top of it.
Is that what a donut is?
What happened to being body positive? Why is doing a bad thing?
We're not going to get this done. We're not going to get any sponsorship if we can't agree on a sponsor.
You're right. Well, I think Inspire Brands at all is off the table.
As a whole?
As a whole. We can't even get a Sonic sponsorship.
Wait, do you not like Sonic?
No, I'm just saying that we've insulted their parent
no.
company.
Okay.
No, Sonic's fine. I like
He
Sonic.
started with no.
Do you like Sonic, Adrian?
I fuck with Sonic heavily.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think Sonic's great.
Sonic.
But I'm just saying that I don't think that we can because we've insulted their parent company a little bit or their sister
Well,
companies.
they could be sibling rivalries though.
Oh, it could be. It could be that.
So maybe Sonic is we want to get Cade Friends podcast.
I was fully going to mention, at best with that history, they're at best, I wouldn't even call them owner of Buffalo Wild Wings so much as those situations that brother had the kid, but then parents raised it, so now that's their brother. That's at best.
That's what's happening.
Worst, they're cousins, but not even actual cousins. They're those kids that met on the playground. We're both white, so decided they were cousins. I feel that's another thing that happens a lot. I'm talking elementary days.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what the relationship's like.
Arby's and Buffalo Wild Wings are those two white girls that looked close enough to each other.
Yeah.
To be related.
we insulted one of these little white girls. And And so
We said terrible shit about
Yeah.
their mom on Facebook. So she saw it.
yeah, and then we're wanting this other white girl to pay us for our
Her
podcast.
cousin. Her other cousin who looked like her on the
Yeah.
playground.
Do you think that'd be okay? Think she'd be okay with that?
Depends on the cousin.
Okay.
You know, maybe we should maybe avoid any other sponsor ideas while we're with Adrian.
Yeah, it seems like
My
he's
face.
slowly damaging our brand here.
Anyone watching probably saw my face just go, we're not going to get a sponsorship from them. Just like the course being like, this is funny, but also the realization that,
Well, does any of those, do they sponsor podcasts?
I don't know.
Probably. Sonic watches this. I know. We had lunch.
Watches it, yeah.
They have a sniper with nerds just waiting to take us out. You know, they have delicious pretzels. I do want to just say, Sonic has delicious pretzels.
The little twist things or something?
They are good. And they have
I don't
good
like
cheese.
pretzels. Because again, it's the dough thing. It's just a dough. It's just a big wad of dough.
You just not like bread? Yeah.
It just sounds like bread.
No, I just
Name a bread that's not dough.
well, there's
Fast.
No, I don't. I mean, there's good dough and there's bad dough, and then there's just like ones that are just like indiscriminate wads of dough, and that's what pretzels are.
And donuts.
And what
about a loaf of
Dunkin'
bread? And
Donuts.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Like Krispy Kreme, great donuts.
I don't fuck with Krispy Kreme.
Oh,
Don't
really?
even ask for a Krispy Kreme sponsorship.
Oh,
I'll go
sorry.
off about Krispy
I like
Kreme.
Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, I think
I
those are
don't.
better donuts.
I think if you gentrified the hell out of a Dunkin', then you get Krispy Kreme. That's my personal opinion on Krispy Kreme.
Okay. I'm not going to argue with that. It's entirely possible that is how they make Krispy Kremes.
Is this the dough episode?
This is the dough episode.
Oh my gosh.
We're going to get into our first segment.
Yeah, take us into the first segment.
Okay, our first segment here is called Childhood Fears.
Oh, God. Are we going to let this whole intro play out?
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. Run it back. I talked.
Do it again? Do it again?
Oh, if we want to.
No, start us again.
And here is Childhood Fears.
You coughed. We're gonna take that from the top.
Well, I think there would be a way to mute our mics if you were a good sound engineer.
Take us from the top, and we'll mute the mics this time.
Okay. And now you could already be like muting your guys' mics while I say that. And now here's Childhood Fears. Okay, Adrian. This is Childhood Fears. And this is the segment of the show in which we simply ask the question, what were your childhood fears?
Before we get into this, though, for those of you who were watching, you probably saw us actually talking.
Don't tell them what was said. Just put the worst captions on there. Just the worst. Most obscene shit you can think of.
This is the moment.
And there probably was a hard cut there as well because we had to retake a few of those.
I think everything stays. I think that's why that was the
That's
bit
the magic
there.
of it.
Yeah, that was the bit. That's why
the
I kept
magic
doing
is
it.
that Alex is bad at his job.
The selling point is personality.
Personality.
So, anyways, fears.
Yes.
That was really good.
This is it's really not much of a segment. There's not much around it other than, do you have any childhood fears that you would like to discuss on the podcast?
Okay, so obviously I had the like normal ones like spiders and like
Are you still scared of spiders?
oh absolutely. Not even so much like scared of them as I am just like spiteful. Like I'll kill a spider on sight. I don't care if it's your pet. I don't care if he's award winning. I'll go up to a
So you
tank
will.
and
You're not scared enough that you can't kill it. You'll go.
No,
and
no,
kill it.
I will maliciously seek one out to kill.
And like, what if it jumps at you?
I will cry. I'll cry. If that thing has hands, I don't. Like I would crumble so fast if that thing stepped up to me.
Yeah.
So the only benefit you have is that you are larger than the spider.
Larger and probably like, hopefully more physically like I don't know. I would hope to believe that I have the physical prowess to take on most like medium to large size spiders.
But what if there
Small
was
to, like,
5
medium-sized,
spiders?
actually, depends on the 5 spiders.
Okay. What if you walked into a building and it was just infested with spiders?
I walk into a bar.
Yeah,
It's
run by spiders. There's spiders at the bar. The bartender's a spider. What do you do?
I'd be impressed. I don't even think I'd still kill him.
You'd kill
Absolutely
him.
maliciously.
What if these were
But I'd be
giant
very
spiders
impressed.
that have integrated into society?
I'd cry again.
cry. Would you just
well, it depends.
leave?
If they can fight, then I would cry.
Yeah. If they picked a fight, you would.
If they picked a fight, I would. No, if they picked a fight, I would cry. If they're going about their day, they
Yeah.
have their children at this spider Arby's.
Yeah.
I would kill the. I'd kill the kid first. 'Cause they're
the weakest.
they're the easy one.
Yeah,
It
work
sends a
your
message.
way up. Yes.
Strong message.
So like this
Gets the point
is
across.
this is a community member on like the city council, like upstanding citizen spider.
Yeah.
His kid's dead at my hands in an Arby's run by spiders.
He just says he has a problem with spiders.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't like
it's a
spiders.
deep-seated childhood fear, as what our
And wasps. But
Wasps.
that one is like
makes
that
sense.
one's from like getting stung by a wasp. But even that one, like those, like the weird people will tell you like, oh well, you probably like provoked it, and I'll tell you, you're damn right. I was in the pool and it like landed in the water. And I started punching it, and I got stung.
you were punching a flying wasp.
No, he wasn't flying. He was chilling, going about
Oh.
his day, sitting in the pool, and I was like, fuck no,
Oh,
not
then
in
you-
my pool,
you punched the
not in my
the-
pool, and I punched the spider.
wasp.
Multiple times.
Was it a spider?
No, a wasp.
Okay,
Yeah, my bad.
okay,
My
that's
bad. I punched the wasp like multiple times until I just got stung. I just felt a sharp
So-
pain, and then I cried. My cousins were over. It was a very embarrassing moment. I cried till they left. Like I left my room, done crying, and I was like, "Oh, where'd they go?" And they're like, "It was like 2 hours ago they left."
Yeah,
We're
so
like,
were these
you
your
scared them
actual?
away with your tears.
Yeah, that's their childhood fear.
Hang on, were they their actual cousins or were they just a couple of?
There were some white girls that I met that looked enough like me. So I brought them to the pool party.
Okay.
And then they realize they no longer want to be related to you. They're like, we're not going to do this anymore.
So there's a wasp. Did it
tears.
land on the water? Like, did it do that?
Yeah, he was just chilling.
So why didn't you just?
It was a malicious attack.
Did you,
That's kind of my vibe.
Okay. See, because like the smart move would have been just like knowing I can push him underwater and it's gone.
Fully could have.
do wasps drown?
It takes a good minute, but I have done many a wasp.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a
they can't
task to
breathe.
do.
They're not fish.
Yeah, you have to want that thing dead.
Okay. So you
You have to try to send that strong message.
I don't. I guess know how like insects work. So how do they breathe?
Yes.
They breathe.
No. I don't know. Actually, I assume so.
They can drown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. I know that
I
one
mean,
for
they're
a fact.
dead in water, but I didn't know like if it was just like. So how does that work? Is
You
it
can
just
drown
good-
ants.
Same way photosynthesis, I imagine. I don't know.
See, I'm not a science person, so if someone is watching that wants to explain how that works,
They're probably just going to say,
they don't have lungs.
I think they might.
They have little tiny lungs.
I don't know.
I do not know how any of that works.
there's no way they don't have lungs. I'm Googling this
So
right now.
in our podcast, we have a Google assistant that we can quickly ask any questions that pop up like this. But we're doing this. Alex is doing this live. Okay, read it. So we're not just.
For those of
sitting
you
in dark
not
face.
able to watch, my face was
Yes.
aghast. You could. Insects do not have lungs.
See,
Nor do they transport oxygen through a circulatory system in the manner that humans do. Instead,
But they do.
Instead, the insect respiratory system
almost
relies on
cut
a
off too.
simple gas exchange that bathes the insect's body in oxygen and expels the carbon dioxide waste.
That's how I do it.
yeah, they're really assuming that we don't do it that way. I don't know. They're really making some assumptions there that I don't like.
Very
Maybe I do.
presumptive.
Yeah.
So basically,
Elitist much? I don't know.
basically, I guess they have holes in their skin. They breathe through their skin or their
Okay.
wasp skin.
They're wasp skin.
Okay, there was.
I'm not gonna lie, Cade. I scoffed at you when you said, "Do insects have lungs?"
Yeah, you
Yeah, I
did.
thought that was the dumbest shit.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
Yes, like duh.
You thought they had little tiny little
Yeah,
organs that
yeah.
pumped air?
Yeah, their little liver, a little,
they
little
had
gallbladder.
A couple kidneys.
You thought they were just tiny little like microscopic versions of us, but just had like a
like jammed in there.
I just,
They're
I,
jammed
insect
tight.
exterior.
I assumed because like, do fish have lungs?
Yes, or yeah, they do. Well,
got
no, well,
gills.
they got gills,
Yeah,
but
no.
but they have similar organs. They
But
got
that's
organs.
another one we very confidently said had lungs initially.
Let's find
Yeah.
out. Do fish have lungs?
I mean, like whales obviously have lungs. The ones who breathe,
yeah.
Yeah.
lungs. but like fish, like I think it's just the gill. It's a different respiratory system there.
Like us, fish also need to take in oxygen and expel carbon dioxide in order to survive, but instead of lungs, they use gills. Gills are branching organs located on the side of the fish heads that have many, many small blood vessels called capillaries.
Oh, capillaries.
Capillaries.
That's our word of the day, capillaries.
Google capillaries.
Yeah.
So,
and if you could just use that in your everyday life and then tell us how you used it.
So a fish lung. I guess a gill is a fish lung. In a way, you could say.
I guess you could say that.
Wow.
We really
Wasps
learned a
don't
lot
have
from your
gills.
childhood fears, Adrian.
I didn't even get to like any of the like fun. Okay, I say any of the fun
Those are the
ones.
basic
Yeah,
ones.
these are the
Okay,
fun
so yeah,
ones.
those are like the basic ones.
Yeah.
I would say my like go-to like story time one is the fact that when I was, I believe it was like 2009, so I was like 8 or 9. I remember Michael Jackson had just passed away, which means I had just found out who Michael Jackson was. Had no idea who he was, didn't know about it. I grew up in a very Mexican household. We weren't listening to Michael Jackson.
Adrian is Mexican.
Oh yeah, we didn't
He
mention
didn't
that.
just grow up in a Mexican household. Like he's not.
You don't know that.
True. I felt like we should put that out there just because we've talked a lot about white girls and
A lot of
cousins.
white girls.
So
Yeah.
just
All
in
my
case anyone
cousins.
was confused.
Yeah, and you're white, Alex.
And you're, I
A
mean,
little bit more, fortunately, yeah, mostly, yeah.
you're Cherokee though. as
Yeah, I'm a
well.
4th Cherokee.
Oh, that's a lot more than I would have expected.
Exactly, yeah. That's how it works.
I had I can't remember who it was. I was gonna say I had a professor. I had a professor at my college. I couldn't remember who it was.
At our
My
college? Or a different college?
No, my new college.
okay.
He was like going off about like I don't even know what. I wasn't paying attention to him. He's a professor. But I did hear him make a very funny joke. He said like, "Oh, I'm part Cherokee, but like,
Oh, yeah, I thought this was
he said like
referring to
I have like native blood, but like if I get a paper cut, like I'd lose all that blood. Like it's like a 16th Cherokee." I thought it was very funny.
Yeah.
That is.
Anyway, so Michael Jackson.
I assumed
had
that you were
died.
trying to get into that. Yeah, that's correct.
No, that's not even what I was going for. Michael Jackson had just died.
He's setting the scene for us.
And
This is it.
my little 9-year-old ass decided for whatever reason that he was haunting me. Me specifically. I thought Michael Jackson had it out for me.
Oh.
That was your genuine.
Yeah.
So he was
He
like
had just
your-
died. The world was mourning. I had no clue who this man was, but he wanted me.
So was he? Well,
That's
there's a
little.
lot. There's a lot there. So he was like an imaginary friend, but like an enemy, like an imaginary enemy.
Yeah.
So you just imagine he was like lurking around corners, like
Yeah, same for the Grinch.
So now,
Like
hang
the
on.
live action Grinch, like specifically. But I feel like that one traumatized a lot of people. Same for like Thing 1 and Thing 2.
Let me ask
So
you
what
this.
did you actually imagine him there, or did you just think he was like just out of sight, like, or he was like coming around or something?
I was 9. I can't like detail it for you, but I feel like it was a mixture of both.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I always assumed he was around the corner, and then I would look, and if I saw any sort of anything there, I'd be like,
It's Michael Jackson.
So would you check
Yeah.
under your bed before you go to bed to see if Michael Jackson was under the bed?
yeah, absolutely.
Do you
So-
still have a problem with Michael Jackson because of this? Like
No,
or not because of this
no.
reason?
I have other issues with Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
You would allegedly have other issues with
yeah.
Michael Jackson.
No, he did the stuff, but I allegedly take issues to it.
So hang on. So
I say that with my chest.
so let me ask you this: you've gone on some ghost hunting adventures.
I have gone on ghost hunting.
Do you
adventures.
believe in ghosts?
God, no, but I scare so easily. I'm only invited onto those ghost adventures because
You were
once
going
again,
to ask
Shay,
if you had seen
if I had
Michael.
encountered Michael Jackson on those, no,
so-
I've stayed looking for him.
The question is, can you disprove that Michael Jackson was not haunting you?
No. In fact, I very adamantly believed he was.
Yeah.
So he, as far as you know, he died and he haunted you.
This was
for
the
it.
He
first thing on
died,
his
and
list.
I was patient zero in the Michael Jackson hauntings, and it didn't help that like I decided to I don't know, as a kid, like I thought that like all the answers were not on Google but on YouTube. So I went and like YouTubed like is
Haunted by him.
like Michael Jackson like ghosts, you know. And so of course all this like Michael Jackson ghost shit started appearing, and then I was like, it's real. it's real, it's true, and I saw him.
Next time you go ghost hunting, I want you to look for
To ask for Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Michael, are you in the room? Yeah. Or when you have your Ouija board.
Last time I went ghost hunting, every time that I've like done something like this, that I've followed some friend along to some like abandoned cemetery or like abandoned whatever, like somewhere where like there
You
would
hear
be
a
ghosts.
distant hee hee.
So
I'd actually cry. I think like that would spur something in me.
So, Adrian, can we do just a quick 20-second experiment real quick? Just Cade and I stay quiet. If you were looking for Michael Jackson, how would you ask for him?
If I were looking for Michael Jackson, I'm probably out of the age range to like lure him in at this point. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that.
Allegedly lure him in.
But would you be like, Michael Jackson, if you're here, can you say something? And
I'd you see, I wanted to make a joke and just like recite some Michael Jackson lyrics. And I swear I know Michael Jackson songs, but I guess not well enough to like spoken word off the top of my head.
saw it in your
recite
head.
some you know,
Thriller.
some
It's
Thriller.
Thriller night.
so, all right, so
You're fighting for your life.
we're in the moment.
Inside
We're in the moment. Little role play here,
Yeah.
if you don't mind. We're at the moment. You're about to summon Michael Jackson. 10 seconds on the clock. Go.
Oh God! Wait, you said 20 at first.
You've used your first
You
two.
used my first. You used my first 10. What the fuck? God, I wish I knew some Michael Jackson lyrics. I would just sit there and recite some stupid.
You think
shit.
he's never heard a Michael Jackson song?
Probably not.
No one's ever
Not
sang it.
since. I don't know.
Okay, so
I just think it'd be funny.
Yeah.
Because I imagine this would be like in some place, because for some reason the place where I decided that he had like was originally like haunting me, like where I was when I was like, who's this man? He's dead. Oh, he's haunting me then.
Yeah.
Was in my elementary school, which has been bulldozed actually.
Oh, so you still think
So
he, like,
I'd be
roams
just in the
grounds?
field. I'd just be in a field,
Yes, yeah.
singing I don't know, Billie Jean or some shit.
Yeah,
To like no
Billie Jean.
avail, just like
Yeah.
out in public, probably shirtless,
Yeah.
freshly shaved chest.
So you would say Billie Jean.
Yes. And then the rest.
I think he's trying to work up.
trying
I
doing
don't know. I don't think I know the rest.
Just, what do you need me to say
I
something to
also
get the
just
bit
wanna,
going,
like-
Alex?
I've been trying to do a bit for the past
Oh
several
God,
minutes.
what's okay?
So
I think he's just trying to do a sound
I
effect.
need you to just say, Michael Jackson, are you here?
Okay. I'm
that
so
was
sorry.
all he needed to do.
Just give me a prompt.
I've been trying to
The
fish it out
teleprompter
of
did
you.
not say any of that. That is my bad entirely.
All right.
I'm not an actor, but I bullshitted it before. Okay, Michael Jackson, are you here? Why that one?
Why did you do the spooky noise?
Yeah, I was really expecting the spooky noise or like the like enchanted noise. I'd even take the intro again.
Well, I was
Why the
thinking with
crickets?
I was thinking of the crickets because he's not.
Because he's
going to
not there.
respond. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
not
No,
there.
he is.
So that was a
I still
big
think he's
letdown.
haunting me. In fact, it's very dismissive of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's
Oh,
him
he's
rolling
here.
up.
Yeah. Okay.
It would have been funny if Cade would have like hit the table when I did that.
Why?
That wouldn't that been? See, you could have just done it. Yeah. Why did I need to do it?
Well, because I hit the
Because I don't
board.
think you didn't think that the bit would have worked, and you just wanted me to be the failure of the bit. Well, okay.
Oh, he's there, but he's like a cool,
It's a
nice
memory. That,
ghost.
that would be good for our
That's
memories.
so lovely.
Yeah.
Memories.
Memories.
Okay, we
Can
can,
you
like
give us
restart
another?
this
Can
whole-
you give us another
I got
memory?
like another like childhood trauma. You mean? I don't. Okay, I don't believe in ghosts. I stand by that. But also, my grandma's house is haunted. Like fully. That's the only ghost that exists. And my only proof of that. That's not okay. Not my only like. Okay, I don't have like proof. I don't have proof. But like one like little story that like to me was I was like I guess they're real, but only in the confines of this wall, like of this house, of like these 4 walls. And then her house has more than 4 walls, but I'm not counting them all.
4 outside walls.
And 4 outside walls, probably more. There's like a weird little divot, but
The 6
anyways,
outside walls.
sure. So there was one time where me and my brother were visiting, and they were just cooking up the beans, Well, this is another Mexican household. They had like made beans. They had made refried beans, and they had it in the pot. It was
Can
like
you see the word beans again?
no.
I swear.
They had them in the pot, and they had like the lid on it. Mind you, like this, they had like finished them a good minute ago. I'm actively avoiding like saying it now.
I think
just
you said
for the bit of it.
I think you said beans. Weird, right?
Well,
I said
that wasn't
beans.
nice.
I said beans.
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 No, he genuinely sounded like he said beans weird. It was like beans.
Beans.
Bean. Yeah, you said it like beans.
I'm Southern now.
You said like
Just
beans.
decided that one.
But like the case.
I guess I'm technically Southern. Am I Southern?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a good question. If Oklahoma is southern,
geographically,
it's kind of in the like sometimes
Weird.
Technically
we've talked
Midwestern,
about-
then I
yeah,
guess.
There's,
but
there's,
also it's not.
it's
But
not,
like South Midwest, I guess. I don't
like
know.
different parts of Oklahoma, I would say, is almost in different biomes. Like you, but like,
Like Minecraft bio.
well,
you
they
think
are.
those are Minecraft terms?
Yeah, that's a scientific term, Alex. I don't know. It's not. But Minecraft did not invent the word biome.
So go back to beans though.
No,
Beans.
I think I liked making fun of Alex for not knowing that
Yeah.
biome.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so you were at your grandmother's house.
They made
Yes,
beans.
I was.
You
They
said
made beans.
Weird.
I didn't say beans weird. But yeah, so there were beans. Beans were made, but they were made like a good minute ago. So they had been sitting on the stove, but everything had like cooled down at this point. And so me and my brother were just like chilling in the living room. And at one point, I don't know why, but we decided like we decided we were done watching whatever we were watching. And so we like turned off the TV and we were like sitting there and we were like, well, like, so like what now, you know? And then next thing we know, there's a like crash in the kitchen and the like glass like lid for the pot had just exploded. Like it just straight up like, well, more so imploded. I would say, if we're being scientific about my ghost story, it had imploded and fell like all over like in the beans. And my aunt came out, like she came around the corner and she was like, what the fuck? Like just what the hell? What did you guys do? And we were like, nothing. We were in the living room, like a whole ass like room away. Like this pot that was not on, like not hot, like had cooled down like a while ago. Just randomly imploded. And I'm sure I know that there was some sort of like scientific explanation, but that also in my mind was the day I decided Michael Jackson was haunting me.
Oh,
So-
Type of that background. No, that's not true. That was just as random as other
no,
ghosts.
it's more important for
Beans
the
cause
for
too
the
much
callback.
pressure in a like
It had to like fully cool down. Like then there was not there like the beans were cold, the lid was cold, the pot was cold.
but the lid was on the beans.
Yeah, but it was all cold.
So scientific experiment. We need to buy some beans.
I
Make
have
some
beans.
We need to make some beans.
I have made beans.
And so what you need to do is you need to just
Put
the
them in
lid
a
on
pot and put a lid on.
and just let it.
Have you ever done that?
No, I've never had beans before in my life. I've never put a lid on beans, and I've never made beans myself.
Yeah.
You've never made beans.
Real talk, I've made beans. I have made beans.
That was
I've
sarcasm.
had beans, and I've put lids on beans. That being said, though, I've never had one implode on me.
Well, you need to make the beans and just let them alone. You need to summon Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
To fuck up my beans.
Yeah.
I was like so upset too because we were gonna like eat those beans. Like we were there like for like lunch or like dinner
so
or whatever.
did you get beans after or were
Do
that
you like
done?
beans?
No, that
to
was
this
like
day?
that was the
Beans
whole,
have been
yeah, I
written,
love
yeah.
beans.
Okay.
Depends on the bean.
I like beans too.
It depends on the bean. Very
Depends
much.
on the bean,
depends
yeah.
You like beans?
Yeah. In general, yeah, but yeah, there's a few I think.
General
that's like-
bean.
The general bean, yeah. Well, that has been childhood fears.
Yeah, Michael Jackson, wasps, spiders, beans.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, that was amazing what you just said when the mics were off. That was
It moved
profound.
me emotionally. I'm a changed man, a worse man, but it moved.
I'm glad that your childhood fears were spiders, wasps, and Michael
And Michael
Jackson's ghost
And beans.
and beans, and yeah,
In that one instance.
in that one instance, beans betrayed you.
Boy.
Yeah, it might be important well into this podcast to thank you. Maybe be a little bit more on it whenever the punchline happens.
Yeah. Well, I was looking down at the board and I was like, oh yeah, we have that one as well.
Yeah. It might be important this far into the program to mention to our audience how we know Adrian. And
I don't find that necessary.
okay.
Yeah.
We
Door
just
was
know
open.
Adrian.
There's like no security here.
We walked into this random guy. Now, I met Adrian at college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
No,
remember.
so
I remember actually when I met both of you. You guys were running. It was VIP day, which was just a club fair for the orientation week at Rogers State University. And I remember going into I don't even remember what it's called.
DCTC.
DCTC into the DCTC.
it wasn't
I'm
called
so
that
glad
at
I'm
the
like
time, right?
purging those memories.
It was not.
No,
but I
it
don't know
was.
what
It was. It had freshly become the DCTC.
Oh, okay.
It used to be the Centennial Center, but I would never attended that school when it
People
was the Centennial Center.
Called it the
the
CC.
I called it the CC the entire time I was there, but I somehow forgot.
And if we have any
DCTC.
fans from RSU, I believe Alex was the one who coined the term DCTZ.
Yes, it's true.
It actually is true,
It's
right?
just an acronym.
Yeah, well, because it was like the dark.
But everyone was
sure.
like, what do we call this thing? Because it's too long. Because it was just CC was simple, and I think it would have been a lot easier just to call it the Taylor Center. That never caught on, or the TC. But I think calling it the DCTC was
DCTC-TM.
I remember liking it. I think because I was like, that's obnoxious to say.
Yes.
DCTC.
But now everyone says it. Like I've heard people casually say that when we were there.
It's an acronym.
It's an
yeah.
acronym.
Like of the name of the
feel
building.
Like it would have happened regardless.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
But
not to like discount you and your achievements. I do.
discount me on this one.
I might, but like it takes maybe a second brain cell to rub on the first one to come up with the acronym DCTC.
But would you?
Dr. Carolyn
But why would a doctor need to be a part of the acronym and
Oh,
and
CTC.
Carolyn?
CTC doesn't sound.
Yeah, it doesn't roll off the tongue.
DCTC.
What did they just call it?
DCTC.
The TC?
Also, there's the giant like the words are like plastered on the front of the building, and there's like those are the obvious like starts of words.
But I still think that there were several different acronyms it went for.
Anyway, so I was in the DCTC, very, very cleverly named and abbreviated by Alex Clare. And they were having like their little club fair, and I knew immediately that I wanted to do that I wanted to join the theater like group on campus, and I saw that there was like a student broadcasting one too, and so a spa, if you will. Miss Ba if you're nasty. And so I went up to that table. Alex was kind of like dual managing both. Hannah Gray was doing the...
Was I there at all?
No, you were.
I was there.
You were right to the right of... because you seem to be manning the SBA section,
Yeah.
and you were kind of floating between SBA and STO. Hannah was running STO.
It's Alex's trademark. Floating between
Erin
two
was
organizations.
also there, but she wasn't at the table when I met you guys.
Who was?
Erin. But I went up to the table. I got I gave all my information to the student theater group, and then you just happened to be there. And so I was like, I mean, this is a thing I like. So yeah, absolutely. I'll check out student broadcasting. Before I could get two words out, you were handing me a CD, and you were like, we made a CD for you guys. Enjoy our CD. And I was like, thank you so much. I don't have a CD player. I don't know anybody that has a CD player.
To be fair,
In the year of the Lord 2018, I have not seen a single CD player like in years.
I guess it could be like in a car or something.
Yeah, an old car, probably. Yeah, I'm sure I could find one if I like searched. Absolutely.
But you're not.
But I think I still have the CD actually.
So
Like it would be in my old camera case if I have it.
to be fair, we gave out CDs for the radio station. That was one of their big things.
Yeah, I never found out what they were for because I don't have a CD player.
So it was just a music. It was just like they'd give out these music that we had a bunch of, because essentially promoters would send us a bunch of CDs of just these indie artists being like, here's my stupid little song. And sorry, they were obnoxious most of the time. I mean, whatever. Some of them were good and some of them were great and everything. And those got put on the air and curated. And the
good ones.
The good ones did. This is really a bash towards just indie music in general, not our radio station. Our radio
You think
station
everything
shifted
should be
to-
corporate owned. well established.
Sure.
No,
I'll sign that petition. Fuck it. Got nothing better to do.
We should just. I'm a firm believer we should only have like 3 corporations and they control everything. Yeah.
That's how it is.
That's how it is. Yeah, that's what I'm saying is I love America and
Anyway, but like all that being said, I mean, I got the CD and I was like, this is nice. Thank you. I'm gonna join the club, but don't expect me to know what's on the CD ever.
Yeah, we didn't quiz you.
And yeah, I remember like, and I think I've told you this. I remember like having had that interaction and kind of like immediately being like, particularly about you being like that man just had such a strong presence. I remember, and I told Hannah this, and she thought it was very funny. I remember my initial thought of her was that like, wow, she must be so tired. Like she, and not because she seemed like groggy or anything, because I was like, there's no way she's just like this. Like this is made up. Homegirl is exhausted. I know she turns around and takes a deep breath. Like I just figured that would be what I was like walking into. But she's just like that actually. For the most part. I mean, towards the end, like when she like towards the end of her like presidency, when she was tired, then she was like also just kind of tired. But no, she's also just very much a genuinely lovely person, and I was shocked to see that like in person. Yeah. So I immediately was like, this man's got some sort of star quality. This man's clearly in charge. Hannah's a psychopath. And I think for the most part, I was pretty on like, yeah. On, you know, I think I had it down.
Hannah, is a psychopath. Yeah.
Well, Hannah was actually on the podcast.
Hannah was episode 2 guest, the second guest.
I need to be on an episode with Hannah. Okay. I miss Hannah so much.
Well, actually,
she's genuinely one of my favorite people.
She's right outside the door.
Yeah. Oh my god!
And you can bring Hannah in, and you can call her a psychopath to her face.
I probably have. And I'm sure I will again at some point. Should our paths cross again? I miss her so much.
And we're in Omaha
Hannah,
together.
Not to make this all about Hannah. This is a Hannah episode now. But Hannah, I think, is one of the most like naturally talented people I have ever met.
Yeah.
And I don't say naturally talented to like discount the amount of like work she puts into, because she clearly puts a lot of work into what she does. I've never met somebody so like detail oriented and just good at what they do.
Another person that I think of when
look
you
up
say
to her.
Detailed or not detailed oriented, not detailed oriented at all, but also
actually nothing of what you said.
Naturally talented.
Naturally talented.
Let me guess, Shay. I love telling Shay. One of my favorite things about Shay, and I call it out every time she does it. She just decides she's good at things. And she just will be. I remember when she was like, I've never sang before. I'm going to be in this musical. And she killed it. She just went in there and she killed it. And I was like, okay, lovely. Cool.
Like, yeah.
When she decided to pick up oil painting, she just knew how to oil paint. She was like, yeah, this is a thing I do.
She underestimates her abilities too. She's so good.
That reminds me of one of our favorite, one of my favorite of our interactions.
Oh,
me, you, and Shay. You and Shadrian, if you will.
That's my ship name for Adrian and Shay. Shadrian.
That's a thing. It's not a thing. But like that's the Shadrian name is a thing. It's been used
a little bit.
Yeah, it's been used anytime that we were on a project
DCTC.
together. Yeah. But one of my favorite interactions was when we were talking, and I don't remember how it came up, but art came up, and you told Shay like, oh, you asked Shay to like do some sort of like art for you or something. And she was just kind of like, you know, Adrian like also does art or whatever. And you're like, yeah, but like you're the artist or whatever. And I was like, I'm also like right here, you know?
That's
and then you're like, no, yeah, but like Shay's like, you know, like an art major and everything. She was like, I'm not an art major. In fact, she's studying like biology or something, I believe. So I believe it's biology. I was an art major.
That's one of those times where Alex just offends somebody openly and doesn't even think about it.
Says it with his chest. Continues about his day.
Yeah, and then you're like, hey, that wasn't great. And then he like tries to like, you know, be like, well, there's reasons behind it.
Yeah.
And it's your like problem for taking offense to it.
And they're not great reasons.
Yeah.
I do that sometimes.
I'm not going to lie. It was a very funny like interaction. I was very upset.
Yeah. And then he kind of smiles about it and you're like, oh, Alex. You had to end up being like, oh, Alex, because that's Alex for you.
Yeah. So are you still upset with me?
No. I'm
Just
also
enough
still
for
not
it
an
to-
artist, though, I guess.
It buried into his skull, and he brought it up years later in a podcast with you.
I think it's very funny. Like, genuinely, I thought it was very funny. But also, I'm like, what the fuck?
I think I thought of you because like she was doing like the paintings and you were
She
doing
does tradition. Yeah, which is not art.
It is art, but I was
Those were your words.
traditional art. You know, I've changed since then. It's been a couple of years. I've grown. You do
He's
a different
learned art.
type of art.
Do you want to see some of my art?
Yeah.
Okay, bet. Give me a second.
Okay, here we go.
Don't look at my ashy knees.
Oh, wait a minute.
I just got off work.
Let's play some harp.
Yeah. We'll carry on here a little bit as we're talking.
was
I think this is going good.
This was unplanned.
This is unplanned. Yeah.
This is I hope you have all your work copywritten.
Yeah.
I don't have it. Actually, fun fact. One fun little fact about me. Let me get these things back on.
That was a big letdown. It was a big. There was the first movement in our podcast, and then it.
I have pictures, and I will gladly show you pictures. Put them on the Patreon. But
for our Patreon.
One fun little thing that I like to do is just purge the shit out of my art. It means nothing to me for no reason. Like I'll spend hours on something and I'll really like how it turns out, and then I've literally burnt sketchbooks just because.
Adrian,
Just because I'd be like, I've had this too long.
Can I-
And then I'll just get rid of it.
Can I make a request?
No. But yeah, go ahead.
Next time you're about to purge your artwork, send it to me. I would love it. All right, well, I tried.
Well, it depends. Like actually send you the piece or like send you a Snapchat.
I mean, I would take the physical copy. Yeah.
He just wants to send you a Snapchat of it.
But if you just send
I would
a
just take
Snapchat,
whatever you can get.
I'll
Alex.
take whatever I can.
Honestly, getting a piece of my art like cross country to you seems more likely than getting me to respond to a text.
Oh, yeah,
So that might just be the route
send
we
it to me.
go.
I genuinely would like it because I think I've seen some of your stuff and it's good. It is very good.
Good. You need
But
to
I'm
have-
not an artist.
You're an animator. All right. Should we go to the next segment?
Yeah, we should. And you know what that segment is, Alex. And here, Adrian, it's our next segment titled Lil Nicky.
The fuck did you call me?
Adrian, this is our segment titled Lil Nicky. And this is the segment of the show. We have a recording for you, okay?
And I think we just leave it at that.
We just leave it at that. It's Alex and I. We did a recording.
Okay.
And so you'll just listen. You can respond a bit or whatever, but you know, this is a little bit listening. So you have it pulled
very
up.
short.
It's very
short thing.
It's very
Is this a thing I almost listened to earlier?
no.
No.
Okay.
I do have it ready, Mr. Cade.
Okay, here we go. We're listening to a pre-recorded section that Alex and I made, and Adrian
I'm
is listening.
scared.
Here we go.
3, 2, 1.
Hello, this is Adrian's Lil Nicky. This is fun. Alex, you're here with us.
Hello.
Hello.
I had a hiccup. I didn't want to hiccup directly into the microphone.
Well, you don't know that. Maybe Adrian likes hiccups. Likes you hiccuping. Or just hiccups in general. That's his thing. You think that's his thing?
Save it for the Lil Nicky, Cade. That might be his Lil Nicky. We might have his Lil Nicky before we even start the timer.
Well,
we'll keep hiccup in the back of our minds.
Yeah. And also I was supposed to have a piece of paper or something to write down things. I'll type it. We're a little rusty with this.
It has been a couple
Little
years.
Rusty. Rusty could be his nickname.
Rusty Adrian. Hiccup Adrian.
Rusty. What was our other one?
Hiccup.
Okay, we're trying. So we need to explain this a little bit. This is
We're already breaking a bit of the rules. I'm pretty sure we had rules set up the
we
last
have
time.
rules. Okay.
And then,
So Adrian's sitting there not knowing what the segment is. So we have to explain.
hello, Adrian.
Oh yeah, say hello to Adrian.
Hi, Adrian. You're sitting with us right now,
You
but
can respond to this, Adrian, if you want. You're listening to this.
you're listening to this right now with us.
I muted?
Next to us,
No,
but
no.
possibly
No, oh
we're-
god damn
We
it.
don't really know.
We could be right next to Adrian, like within.
Y'all were talking about finding my little
Yeah.
Nicky or whatever before I even know what that
But
means.
we could also be doing this over like online,
Yes.
over
Probably.
the internet, if you
Could
will.
be. It could be.
We don't really know. So the point of the little Nicky is essentially we're going to come up with a nickname for you, Adrian. I.e. a Lil Nicky.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And you have to decide at the end whether or not.
You accept or decline the little Nicky.
Is that what it is? Accept or decline?
Yes.
They'll be at the end of this.
And so real simple, we put a timer on and then we sit there and quickly try to come up with what Adrian's new nickname will be, his little Nicky. And you accept or decline at the end of the thing. You just said that, but I thought I'd reiterate it.
Which, I think we went off a little paper here because we already have two little Nickies
Yes.
already on
Locked and loaded,
locked and loaded.
as the kids say.
Is that what the kids say, Adrian?
Yes. So
what I say.
that's great. I don't remember how we did with the other ones. I think we just came up with like names and words, and then just like stuff started rolling.
There was banter at the top of the thing, and like we're doing right now, banter. Sometimes we eat into their time a little bit by doing some little bit, and
very
I don't know.
on
If, we have yet to see how people react to it, so we don't know if they take offense
Not been
to
released
it.
yet.
They could be like, "Why are you doing a bit?" And I have to listen to it. You're like forcing me to sit here and listen to a bit for an extended amount of time while you're also in the room with me. And so it's perhaps a little bit awkward for them. Perhaps they're just sitting there like listening
That's what
and being
this
like,
whole last hour has
why are you
been.
doing this? Why is this such a long thing?
He could be commenting to us right now, and no one will ever know what the comments are. We might need to set up a mic so we can hear what he says.
Was I not gonna have a mic?
Going to say something
Well,
during all
is he
this.
going to talk over us? Because, we can't
Yes.
pause this or anything. He has to like sit there and
I
listen
think
to
he
this.
would though.
I
And then
know.
do we just tell him shut up?
You can try.
Shut up, Adrian.
Hey,
he did it.
You're listening. Put on your listening face and just listen to this. Yeah.
No interrupting.
No interrupting.
This
Yeah.
is you. What if we say something important?
There's times for
gonna-
listening, and this is the time. This is the time.
As far as we know, he's interrupting, and I'm about to give like a password that like 92777, and he's going to have to
It's
remember
a social.
the numbers.
Oh yeah, at
For
the
some-
very point, at the very
9277?
end,
Yeah,
it would
but
be
if he
like-
just if he was talking right now.
if he's talking over you, he won't remember that. At the very end, we'll be like, Adrian, what were those numbers that Alex just said? And he'll be like, oh, I don't know. I was talking over him. And then we say, that's why you just listen. Or he could have been really polite and listened to this whole thing.
would
And
never.
we just kind of we made
I feel like y'all knew better than that.
and he didn't do it.
You've been far more polite than I am. You know what? Before we get into the timer, do you think Adrian is going to comment
Oh,
over his entire bit before
question,
his
Alex.
little Nicky?
that's a good question. He could be, so
I think
whether or
hearing
not-
about all this though might change the way he wants to answer.
Yes. So like I think that he talked a bit. I don't
right.
think that he
Hey.
fully tried to talk over us, but I think he talked
I didn't know I could to begin with. In my
like a
defense,
respectable amount. And then whenever he saw us making fun of him, I think he went one of two directions. He either went full into it or stepped back just to prove us wrong. Yeah.
no. I think I've stayed pretty
More
consistent.
Adrian
so.
thing to do. There's also a small chance that Adrian just walked out.
I guess that
Oh.
he said, I've had enough of this.
I did at one point, kind of. I had a mission.
I hope he's not on a time crunch when we.
I am
We're not
actually.
getting into his personal time at all.
All right. Well, I think you're right. I think he'll talk a little bit, and then once we started talking about it, he's going to be like, he's going to give us like a little face, like a
Yeah.
dollar bad, and then just I don't think he's going to say anything.
And quickly before we get into the little Nicky, Adrian, what was the numbers Alex said? What was the code?
Oh fuck! 927.
This is your time to respond. This is now.
It was. There was a 9, a
5
2, a 7.
It was 92777. That was 5 seconds in my head. Don't know if it was actually 5 seconds.
Yeah. I hope that he would.
This is.
I really do hope.
I feel like I was
so for
It was 92777.
I do not remember. I was not listening.
Is that like an actual password or
On the
something?
clock, or do
It's
I
his
just want to
zip
spin
code.
it
Well,
on my phone?
Here's the thing. We
just made it
talked
up.
for 6 minutes. These segments are only supposed to be 10 minutes long. So Adrian gets 4 minutes.
Oh, you get 4 minutes of this more,
How
Andrew.
about 4 minutes and 19
My
seconds?
God.
All right, and starting in 3, 2, 1.
We're just now starting.
Adrian. Adrian is great.
Oh, great! He's so good.
He's great, Trian.
Write it
Okay.
down. Gretchen. Gretchen.
He's great.
Gretchen. I'll take
That's good.
Gretchen.
I like that.
I won't take Gretchen.
I think that's a very good one.
I think that's really good.
Once again, we already have Rusty and Hiccup. So
We've added Gretchen. We're running out of time. So quickly, Alex. Adrian, what does he mean to you?
Adrian is one of my dearest friends. I love that man to death.
Friend Adrian.
Friend Adrian. Frendrian.
Fradrian.
Fradrian. Fredo.
Fredo.
Fredo. Alfredo.
Fredo.
Fredo. French. Fredo. Fradrian.
French.
Fredo. You mean like Alfredo? Like it's two names. Like it's Alfredo.
Fredo. Alfredo.
Drag name.
Alfredo.
Yeah. Wow. And then we're gonna have to narrow these down again.
You will have to. Yeah. So what? How would you describe Adrian to someone who is like, oh, could you describe Adrian for me?
Well, I haven't seen him in about 2 years now. Some context, maybe a year and a half. But I would describe him as very nice, very loyal.
Loyal.
Loydrian.
Adrian. Sometimes we don't have to include Adrian in it. It does
Right.
help.
Well, maybe we ladle.
Ladle.
Like that's the first
Like a
couple letters
spoon?
of his name. Adrian.
Ladle.
I feel like we had too many Ians. Wanted to add the aid.
Ladle.
Ian.
Oh, Ian. Didn't think of it at the time. Time crunch.
Ladle.
You thought of
Adrian the
ladle
ladle.
before just the last chunk of my name?
Adrian. Ladle. Okay, go ahead.
Yodel?
Yodel.
Yodel.
Yodel. He who.
Yodel Adrian? Yodel Adrian.
Yeah.
Yodel Adrian. Should we write that one down? Yodel
I-
Adrian?
I don't think so. Anyways,
Adrian, if you really like Yodel Adrian, please.
I'm kind of
Not right
glad it's
now,
not in the running.
you're halfway through our time.
We have 2 minutes, 14 seconds.
Oh my God.
But he's
getting
a
stressed.
very
Oh,
loyal
it's-
person. He's an amazing person.
He's
very
funny.
nice. He's so funny.
He's
funny.
He's unique.
Cute.
Sarcastic, but like not like, yeah, just like in a good type of like sarcastic.
Good type of sarcasm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Sarlacc pit.
Sarlacc pick from Star Wars. Do you like Star Wars, Adrian?
No.
And you can't respond.
What the fuck?
No, he's a very works, at least when, and it could have changed in the past couple of years, but he was very work
Slightly.
focused. He's a very career oriented person.
Definitely
really
that,
respect
but
that
like
about him.
not my current.
And I think that does him like very well.
He was in Omaha.
He was in Omaha. Omadrian. Eric.
I was Benji.
This character from Omaha.
Very similar table to this.
Do we write down Eric?
We
which
could just
was the
reenact
nickname
Omaha
which
here.
was his name on Omaha, or is that too much?
It's too much, but we're still going to put it down
Okay.
because we got to have a list.
At what point do we start narrowing down this list, or is that after our?
We got to select it in literally a minute.
Okay, so no more new ones.
No more
All
new
What do
ones.
we have? What do we have?
So here is our names. Rusty. Hiccup. Gretchen. Alfredo. Ladle. Eric, and then the Sarlacc pit.
I think Ladle and Gretchen have to stay on.
Yeah.
Like, I love those two.
I think Rusty's also just kind of a fun
Hey,
one.
Rusty.
Okay.
Rusty is a classic good nickname.
Yes.
We have 22 seconds. You know
Okay.
what? I might give us, because, we haven't done this in a while. I think maybe we get a little extra
We're a
time.
little rusty.
Yeah. We're a little rusty. 12 seconds. So is that the three we have to choose from?
Rusty, Gretchen, Ladle.
Got some
I
winners
think
here.
these are all real capture the spirit of Adrian. If someone looked at Adrian and would say, now that's a ladle. Or that's
A rusty
Time is
one
up.
at
Time is
that.
up. So we have it narrowed down to three,
Three.
which is good.
really solid ones.
My vote is Gretchen.
I gotta go Gretchen too. I'm sorry, not gonna split the vote. I like Gretchen,
Okay, I think
which also was our second one or something. So it's a little bit less of a waste of time than Rusty, but still pretty much.
all right, yeah, because I think if we split the vote, they get to choose.
Yes, but we're not.
We're not. Yeah, sorry, Adrian, you don't get to choose.
You don't get to choose. You cannot be called Rusty.
Damn.
However, all right. So this is the point where we ask.
We
Adrian,
throw to Adrian. We say, Adrian, we had a way which we did this before, and you're supposed to. You want me to do them both? I'll just do them both.
Just do them both. Cade.
Okay,
Okay,
I'll
I'll
do
do
listened
both.
to these segments a lot more recently than you have.
You actually kept it away from me.
Yes.
So that it would be new to me again.
Exactly.
Could have probably cut out this part of it.
Adrian, your little Nicky is Gretchen. Adrian, do you accept or decline your little Nicky?
Okay, we're back here.
Okay, I want to start this off by saying this is the most important decision I've made within the last 3 years.
Thank you for treating this with the respect it deserves.
Second of all, you guys aren't allowed to talk about me anymore without me in the room.
Was that awkward for you?
It was a lot.
Your face had a lot of emotions going through it.
Yeah.
You see, okay, if I knew that I wasn't muted,
They could hear you.
yeah, if I knew that I wasn't muted in the first half, I would have said a few more things about just what the fuck.
Yeah.
What the fuck? And you guys are just here and could have just said this to me. You could have just been like, you know what? We made a list. Didn't need to record it. We made a list.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for the notes for this segment.
Anytime. That being said, fuck it. I've been called worse. I've been called worse to my face. I'll be, what was it? Gretchen?
Gretchen.
Yeah.
Greta. I'll be Greta, the little 12-year-old girl.
She's 18.
I like nature. She's 18.
She's 18.
Who? Oh,
That doesn't sound.
the climate lady.
Doesn't sound right. The climate lady. She's like 10.
So you decline Gretchen, but you accept Greta.
I'll be Greta.
So did you
I like
accept
nature.
accept or decline your little Nicky? That's
I
the
guess
segment.
I decline, but I'll take Greta.
Okay, we got a first
Do you
decline.
accept? Do you accept my little Nicky?
Yeah.
I'm the first to say that was fucking stupid.
Yeah. So Hannah agreed to be called Colin.
Oh, I would too. Wait, where did that come from?
All right, so he declined Gretchen, but is taking Greta.
Yeah. It's game changer. So I think that's okay.
That's what I'm here
I think
for.
Yeah, you know what? He took the important bits of our little Nicky.
Yeah.
Little Nicky. And
The gra.
The lack of correlation to me as a person,
Yeah.
and the
I think
reference
it
to a
was
12-year-old.
great. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, well, thank you for partaking in Little Nicky, Adrian.
Anytime, but like never again.
Should we move right along into our next segment?
Well, we got to have a little bit of a break between there. Got anything fun to ask Adrian?
I thought you meant like a word from our sponsors type of break,
Oh, we got a word from our sponsors.
which is not Arby's.
What's your strangest? Oh, I have to wait till these crickets are.
Get out of here, crickets. All right, they go.
Sorry, they just swerved in here. I
Very
don't know.
respectful. They left on cue.
Yeah. they knew when to stop and start. Yeah. What's your like strangest hidden talent, Adrian? Do you have any hidden talents no one knows about? Or that we don't.
No
at
one
least?
knows about.
We
I don't know if I
least-
can still do it, but I can probably make a more convincing cricket noise. You gotta
Oh.
give me a second. Wait,
You want me to mute you for a second?
that was bad.
Whoa,
that was
that
probably
was
the worst
good.
I've done
Wait,
in a minute.
hang on. For reference, can you,
That's
jo-
about on par.
Yeah, that's
can
on
you
par.
join in with your?
Nope. I can only do it for so long.
No, I think that
Nope.
was.
Oh, I tried, and that was not a pleasurable sound. Bleep that out. Editors know.
Yeah, editor, can we cut that one out?
Am I covering my face? I feel like I am.
It's
I feel
fine.
like I look better that way.
Yeah. Editor outside with Hannah Gray.
Yeah, Hannah, could you tell the editor to bleep that out? What's the worst piece of advice you ever got?
The worst piece of advice I grew up religious. And I think there's a lot of like shady shit in there, I will say. We just lost, by the way, Christianity as a sponsor. I'm so sorry. God and Arby's really are not going to be on your side after
Youth-
this episode.
Youth moms are not.
Oh, wait, no, actually, I have a t-shirt to show off that has the worst advice I've ever
Do you
been given.
actually have the shirt?
No. But yes, give me a second.
It's gonna be the same bit where he walks off and then
Do I play the crickets?
no.
Okay.
Oh, he said please do. We gotta respect our guests and their wishes here.
That's quite.
It's quite laugh track, yeah. This is going good, don't you?
Oh, I think this is going really well. You asked that earlier. Now I can actually answer you.
Now you can actually answer.
It's going quite well.
Well,
Very funny, I would say.
yeah, I think so too. Oh, that funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think we have one more segment.
We have one more segment. We'll tease that.
We'll tease that.
And it's a fan favorite.
We hope. If you don't like it, please send us an email.
Okay, here we go. And here's the worst piece of advice Adrian ever got. And
Are we going to have to censor this?
Printed it on a t-shirt.
Probably not, unless you want God as a sponsor.
Okay. It says,
Seek Jesus or die trying.
2016. That's who I voted for.
That was funny. That was good. Wow. Why do you have that shirt?
That was the funniest shit.
Oh, wait.
Thank you.
Why do you have that shirt, Adrian?
No.
That was the funniest shit I've heard in so long. Oh God. This was given to me by the church at 16.
Oh.
No, actually, I think I was 15 at the time.
Wow.
Yeah, I think they made their shirts like preemptively. But yeah, they were telling little 16-year-old me to seek God and die in the process. Apparently,
That's a little conflicting. So
Yeah.
I find myself somewhat religious, and I think that's just distasteful.
I think it's funny as hell.
Well, yeah,
like
it's funny.
I'm gonna be real.
It's
like
funny,
I
but it's
kept
also
the shirt.
distasteful. It's
Oh
like-
yeah. With like dead
what?
Jesus on there.
You know what?
That's a lot.
You know what I find more important? You being dead. But as long as you found Jesus. I feel like that's the wrong message to
But
send.
like also, okay, so it acts like those are the only two options, right? Is that you
Yeah.
either seek Jesus or
Or you die.
Die trying.
Die trying.
Yeah. Like, so it's not like you just don't.
So if you don't search, you won't die.
yeah.
It's either search for him, find him, or search for him and die. But if you don't search for him, then
That's not an option.
yeah, it's not. It's not an option.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
no.
they're not.
It's not on the shirt.
it's not the shirt.
It'd be on the shirt.
Yeah. It's not really, I mean, like, but they're saying that you could be trying to seek Jesus and then just die on the road to there. Like, that's an okay thing too. That's an okay option.
I feel like I've had other like less polarizing bad advice like in my life.
Don't
But
do
nothing
drugs,
as
maybe.
funny as a terrible advice.
You don't have it
but nothing
printed
as
on that.
funny as a T-shirt that says two children, mind you, 16's a child. Seek Jesus or die trying.
Yeah. It was.
That one scared me. That one got me.
Scary.
I jumped. Yeah,
You did. That was funny.
that's why I get invited to ghost hunts. Straight up, yeah. I literally only got invited because he was told about like when Shay just scared the shit out of me while we were exploring the arts annex on campus.
You jump easy. I do too.
I very easily.
Not as easy as you though.
Very easily.
And I think that's time for our final segment, Proust Party. Yeah, kicking it old school.
Okay.
Well, this would be a good time to mention Chrim in general. He made the music for our podcast, and he did the music for Ribbon as well. Great musician from Tulsa, and he does synth music and everything, and he does all the music for this. And I'm sure pretty certain I've thanked him a lot in our podcast, but it's never enough.
He did the AM radio, the Spanish.
He did not do
Spanish intro.
He did not do the.
I wouldn't play that in case it is somehow copywritten.
But the and
Oh, God.
all those things.
How about you don't assault our listeners' ears, okay?
All those were not by Chrim, but Chrim is a phenomenal artist.
Yes.
Check him out on Spotify.
Spotify, all the
We'll have
ones.
links
We'll
in
have
the
links.
description.
Okay, so what we're going to get you to do, so the Proust Party, explain what the Proust questionnaire is.
No, you can.
It's a questionnaire.
So
It's a question.
there's a questionnaire that dates back to like old French times. It's the
Okay.
French music that was where they're deep thought provoking questions. So really, they're actually kind of sometimes pretty,
Meh.
Well, yeah, they're range from meh to I don't know, deeply personal.
I'm an overshare. Let's do this.
We're gonna have you choose a number though,
Yes.
because we can't really draw out.
1 through 2. 1 through 2. 1 through 2.
35.
I have 20 on mine.
Oh, there's 35 on this one.
Well, you had me do this before, and you wanted. Why didn't you just pull it up? If you wanted to
If
pull it
it's on
up.
Google, why do you have to make a whole
I
ass
didn't have to
notes
make an old
page?
notes page for it.
Like,
Okay,
you made a
fine.
notes page? No, I just Googled it.
Okay, fine. We'll do yours. We'll do yours, Alex. And we're doing 2 of these. So 1 through 35.
Would you like?
I'm giving him 2 numbers.
Giving him 2
do you want
numbers.
Cade to give you an example on how you should go about this?
Sure, yeah, actually. I'd love to see how this plays out. His number's 14.
Well, I think we all sort of answer these questions is the idea. So that's
Oh.
why we do just 2.
Do you want to give him a number then?
I think that.
Yeah, just for you, you are doing 14, actually, I think.
Well, why don't we're all going to do it?
No, you're going to do 14.
Okay.
Cade,
Yeah.
you have been assigned 14.
Great. It's gonna be something horrible. Like, how do I want to die, or something about.
Are those the
love.
questions?
It's that and love and stupid stuff.
Okay.
Death and love and stupid stuff.
Is that
I hate this segment, but Alex somehow forces it to happen every time.
Death, love,
It
and
was your
Survivor
idea
trivia.
originally.
Yeah, but I don't know. I wanted it to die, but we're doing it.
Like it.
Final
Cade,
segment every time.
which words or phrases do you most overuse?
Oh, it's simple. I think we've had this before. That's what originally we'd have been had. We'd toss them out, but we're not prepared. So, which I know I did an interview with actually Hannah. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Hannah for Laura when Laura came out, and I listened to it and I said a lot.
You say neat a lot too.
Yeah, I mean that one's just
This
sort
isn't
of
a call
work.
out post. This was his question.
Yeah, this was mine.
I just wanted to put that out there.
But and you kind of you took that from me.
I turned it into neato.
Yeah,
It's real neat.
you took something of mine and made it yours.
Copyright.
Patent pending.
Well, that's neat, Cade.
Yes. Do you have something you overuse, Alex?
I use a lot.
Sure, I can see that.
What do I overuse? Well, not that I can think of. I'm sure there is. I know there is, but
Oh, absolutely. I think you more so
bye-bye.
have like
When I say
I think
goodbye.
you have like mannerisms that you
I do
like
have a
repeat a lot.
mannerisms. Yeah.
Little Alexisms.
Alexisms.
Trademark. Patent.
Patent.
All right, so that's how. it
Can
works.
you put in the patent? Our crew member. Can you? Yeah.
Note to
just,
editor.
Just put note to editor. Just submit the patent
So
before this goes out. Submit the patent.
Now you choose a number.
Okay,
Oh,
good.
okay.
I'm off the hook now. Got an easy one.
Shit.
You're just gonna be so horrible. I
1
want
through
you to know.
35. 1 through 35.
15.
Okay. It's close, so it's probably gonna be something nice.
This is cute.
Oh, it's cute.
What or who is the greatest love of your life?
Oh.
What or who? is
What?
the great-
So you could have like
I was
a
gonna
what?
say so like. I think my truest passion, besides like just being a public nuisance, it would probably just be like media production. Really, like any type of media production. Anytime I'm doing any sort of art, doing theater, like something like
So
this.
art
I really
is the
am
greatest
enjoying
love of your
myself.
life.
Because you're an artist.
If you
you're
will.
an
I'm not an artist because it's not art, but
Yeah.
yeah, I would say media production would probably be like at the very top of my list.
Well, if we're going with what,
Don't just
Where's
just
the
just how about
crickets?
you just answer it correctly?
I can't think of a good what.
You can't think of a good what.
Can't think of a good what.
Don't you enjoy amusement parks, don't you?
I do like amusement parks, theme parks,
Theme parks.
roller coasters, theme parks. Disney. So I do quite enjoy
The Disney
that, but-
Corporation is your greatest
Disney-
love. Yeah.
But I would say it's like my greatest love. I don't know what I would say I love. I mean, I have people that I love. I
would say
a
I'll
special
s-
person in my life.
I also don't think it, or at least from what it seems, I don't think it's necessarily theme parks themselves as it is what you do or what you get from
He
them.
does illicit drugs in theme parks. That's really what he loves.
It's doing crack when going down a roller coaster.
You gotta plan that high.
Black
at the-
tar heroin on Splash Mountain. It just hits different.
yeah.
Yeah, I would.
It's
Maybe
the combination. That's his greatest love.
I do feel very happy at amusement parks.
Is that our 2? Do we gonna do another one? Or are we?
Let's do one more.
Okay, how about-
give me
I
a
didn't even
number.
answer the first one.
That's true.
Yeah,
What do you overuse?
I have like a solid 3 jokes that I cycle through, and I think I've said each of them at least 6 times. Patent pending. There's one.
Yeah.
I mean, roll the tapes.
Roll it back. You
Note
can't do
to
that.
editor, which
can't.
another
Okay.
one. Damn.
You made this, right? That's
I made this. Well, the funny thing is, like these jokes kind of came into circulation a solid like couple, maybe an hour ago. I don't know how long we've been doing this. Literally when you guys came in the door.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah,
feel like
yeah.
the I made that has been around for a bit though.
Yeah, but it hasn't been like in circulation for.
Yeah, I think
like
he
they came
invented
into
making
circulation. Like here.
There's like a nice $20 bill. Went out of circulation for a bit, but it's back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
we'll do one more.
All right. I forgot the range, so I'm gonna say 72.
Okay, cut that by half. 35 is the max.
27.
27.
Oh boy.
It's just a deep one. You finally struck it and hit one that's probably.
As an artist, you should really like this one.
Oh,
God.
oh boy.
Who are your favorite writers?
My favorite writers? I don't fucking know writers.
Would you like to change your number? Maybe
Yeah,
this,
that
maybe
was
the
a lame
segment,
one.
Maybe
That's a
the
lame
segment isn't as good as I thought.
That was very lame.
One more.
But any Wattpad fucking fan fiction writer, I respect you.
Okay.
I adore you and I aspire to be you.
There you go. That's a good answer.
That's a good.
But let's go with shit.
Don't go 28. Don't go 28.
I want to know where like the juicy ones are. Like what part is the like what section of the list is the like juiciest?
20 is somewhat juicy, I guess, but like
not doing
depending on how
20.
you do 20.
Just do it.
19 would be funny to hear you give, I think.
Let's do 19.
This doesn't
This
seem
thing is
random
so
anymore.
fucking-
I just think it'd be really funny. What do you consider your greatest achievement?
Oh, that's sad.
That's not a.
I think Adrian is going to have something weird and obscure.
Oh, weird and obscure.
My greatest achievement. Damn. This is just sad. No, I think okay. This isn't an achievement, but the first thing that comes to my mind because I was going like chronologically through events of my life, and
When I was 2 years old.
no, I was in middle school. This isn't an achievement so much as it is a legacy that I left. My middle school used to do this thing called Brag Day back when like the EOI, like the state testing things were like a thing. The school's like incentive was like if you passed all of your EOIs, you got to go on like a little field trip to Skate Galaxy. You guys have
Skate
never been to
Galaxy.
Skate Galaxy, have
We have not.
No, okay. I don't think I don't know if
It's
it's
just
like
a skate.
I don't know.
place.
I think it's like a franchise.
Rink. Oh,
but
right, okay.
Like, also, I could fully be wrong. I just know of like at least 2 of them. Anyways, so that was like the field trip or whatever.
So this was
And-
during a school day. You
Yeah,
just went
yeah.
out to
And all
skate
the other like little dumb kids got to stay back and like wish they were us.
Oh.
Of course, I passed my EOIs by the skin of my ass, and I got to go on like Brag Day. I got to like go hang out, do little skating stuff, and so we went to the like roller rink, and I got really good at skating really fast, or so I thought.
Oh.
And it came to a point where like this
Over
guy
the
in
course
front
of
me-
one day.
Over the course of I would say like like maybe 72 seconds.
Okay.
78 if I'm being
You're like,
generous.
wow, I'm really
I
good at
like
this.
went for it like right out the gate. Like out the gate. Thank you. What was I saying? Oh right. No, yeah. So there was people on the like on the rink that were like actually good at what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say that like, you know, skating is what they do, but like I'm left to assume so. They were like good. They did well. And I ran right into one of them, like, and not like a kid either. Like this was well, maybe a kid, but like a big kid. And I don't mean like big kid. I mean like a
Older.
big kid, like an older kid.
Oh,
yeah,
older.
like someone at least twice my like body mass. Like yeah, I'll give him that. But I thought it was an adult. You can't judge adults like that though. So I
18.
I like hit somebody and I was like oh shit, like I'm gonna fall. And so I was like, I had like 2 options because I was like at this point just completely out of control. I could have either like gone towards the wall, which I was like, oh, that'd like hurt. I'd like hit a wall. That would suck. Or the other one was to fall on my ass, trying to catch myself, of course, on the way. And so I went with the smarter, safer option of falling on my ass and trying to catch myself. And I, of course, broke my wrist. I broke my wrist. Fucking, it snapped. I had a slap bracelet. That was very funny for those of you just listening. Thank you. You're so bad at at timing those. Anyways, so it became a whole thing. The nurse had to drive me back to the school in her own car. I was on a field trip.
But the nurse was there on the field trip though.
No, this just wasn't that far from the middle school. So they were like, you need to get your ass down here. And so she got her ass down there and she put me in her little Honda Civic. And she took me right back to the middle school where she proceeded to put my hand in a splint, and she was like, "You should be fine." And then was like, "But go to a doctor. Don't take my word for it. You know, it wasn't that bad." But she was just like, "You good? Walk it off." She told me to seek an actual medical person. Not to say that she she wasn't.
She couldn't X-ray you though.
But she couldn't X-ray me. Yeah. So I went, got an X-ray. Sure as hell it was broken, and word spread fast, very fast, because the school was like, "Oh, we're getting our asses sued." But my parents are immigrants. You know, they don't sue people. They just don't sue people.
Yeah.
And so we didn't sue. I didn't get money out of it. But the very next year, they changed Bragg Day. So Bragg Day came around. Everybody was ready for their cool field trip, whatever it was going to be. It ended up being everybody sat in the gymnasium, on the little bleachers. And 2 people at a time got to come up and play Just Dance. And it remained that.
Wait. So
yeah.
2 people at a time.
2 people at a time.
And you everyone watched?
They had 1 week. Yeah.
So you just watched?
Yeah, there was a line, so it wasn't a big public thing. You weren't going up in front of the school.
Okay.
But you were going up in front of the school to play a single round of Just Dance.
You could brag about that.
Yeah, you could brag about it.
You ruined that for everybody.
Yeah,
and that's your greatest accomplishment.
And then my younger brother, he's a solid 5 years younger than me. No, yeah, solid 5, maybe 6 years younger than me. Was finally in middle school, finally at 8th grade, his last year of middle school. And he came home one day complaining that oh man, they're just now starting to do cool stuff or whatever at my school as soon as I'm about to leave. Of course they would. And turns out that whoever finished, everybody that passed their finals at this point, because why are a thing of the past apparently. Whoever, anybody that passed all their finals, passed all their classes, got to do a thing called Bragg Day, which was a field trip to Skate Galaxy. So for a solid 5 or 6 years at least, well, I guess almost 8 years, because it took him getting through, because that happened my first year of middle school, and it came back his last year of middle school.
They said, who all is related to this guy?
Oh yeah,
None of it.
I told this man, you better break an arm. So you better go in there, break something. I've heard
So
this is.
they never had you sign a waiver. They weren't
Oh God, no. They were you passed your EOI.
That's why they were nervous.
Yeah, that's why they didn't do it again for a solid 8 years. And then when they finally did, it was with lawyer's permission, an NDA, 3 parents' signatures. You had to have 3 parents. Find one.
Did you ever hold that over their heads? Were you ever if you don't make me pass this class?
No, I was very dumb. I was very dumb growing up, and I did not milk that for shit.
You could have.
I very much could have.
It's good
Yeah,
that you didn't. That shows the type of person you are.
Yeah, dumb. I'm very dumb. I was young and naive, and I wouldn't do that again.
Wow. You know what?
That was Proust
made
party.
Fun of Proust. It has great music.
It does. You're right. I wouldn't get rid of the segment just for the music. And you're right. That led into it. I don't think we ever got the connective tissue of that was your greatest accomplishment.
Oh, no. Yeah. No, I'm actually deeply ashamed, if anything. I don't know what my that's just a thing that popped in my mind while thinking of things that I've done.
Which I think that is good. It doesn't actually have to be the actual answer. As long as it gets a good story. Yeah.
I could say my kids or college or something, but no. Bragg Day, 8th grade.
8th grade Bragg Day. Broke his wrist. Ruined Bragg Day. Just Dance. It's the fact that it was one Just Dance, 2 people at a time
yeah.
for an entire day.
I think actually, now that I think about it, I think they had like in the actual like gym, they had Just Dance, but then there was like a second like decrepit gym, like for because this building was like a renovated building or whatever. Like half of the building was super old, half of it was like less old but still really old. And like the older gym, I think they had set up something. I think it was like one of the like FIFA games or something that I did not care to play. I also didn't play Just Dance. I don't dance. I can't dance for shit. Yeah, so I ruined Bragg Day. Like I ruined it for everybody.
Do you think that the other people know that was the reason? Or did
Everybody knew. Yeah. Word spread so fast that like some kid broke his arm and then I showed up with like a broken arm. And everybody was like, you did this.
And but was their memory enough for the next year to know that was the case, or did they
Most
just
likely.
Okay. It was
Yeah. I would say it took a solid like couple rinse and repeats for
someone,
me
like,
to
sitting
get like
there
out of there.
just doing Just Dance and like glaring at you like I have to do this very angrily.
I hope so. I feel like I feel like it's the reason I never like I think it's the reason I never learned to dance for one.
that was someone's 13th reason.
That was my 16th, if that.
Adrian, here's your tape.
I think I'd be distraught if somebody gave me a tape, but like today, and it was still Bragg Day Middle School. I'd be like, oh my god. But I'd be distraught because like, oh my god, they remember. Like that would be my 13th reason. I'd send the tape back, like record it over.
Return to messenger. Yeah.
Cool.
Great. So that's my greatest achievement summed up.
Well,
Great. I think that wraps us up.
thank you, Adrian. Do you have anything last
to plug? Do you want to plug anything?
Instagram,
To plug?
Facebook,
No,
Twitter,
I feel like
TikTok?
I feel like I've made great use of this platform to plug Forrest and Friends Ghost Adventures. Besides that, I don't really appear in much, and I don't really.
You need to post your art.
I'm not gonna do that, but I appreciate the offer.
Can Cade
I
start
really
posting
like
your art?
if you'd like. Good luck getting it from me. Literally, like I remember when when like there was a power outage or whatever. Like the ice storms happened like 2 years ago. My parents like have their new house has like a chimney, and so they were like burning shit. And they were like, "Do you have any like old books or anything that they like you could burn?" I was like, "I sure do. I sure do. I purge that shit. Like I have no.
Well, it's what? It's for you.
emotional
It's not for.
Not even. I just I think it takes up space.
Oh, okay. So it's not even that.
No, there's no emotional release. There's no gratification. I'm just like, why do we have this? Like I did this, it's done. And then it's just like out there and it's done. If it burns, like that's okay. In fact, it's keeping me warm.
Yeah.
Burnt well.
Yeah.
Very cleanly. Actually, I burnt a painting that night. My mom was mad. My mom was pissed. When she found out that I was burning sketchbooks, my mom was very mad. But when I burnt the painting, it changed color. Like the flame changed color, and I was like, "This is sick."
Oh, that's kind of cool.
More. Yeah, I was like, "I'm
What
doing
color
this
did it
more."
change? It just changed.
It was like a bluish green for a bit.
Oh, wow.
And so it was very pretty.
Yeah, probably
Zula.
took some. Probably
Avatar.
ingested some fumes as well.
Probably. I wouldn't be
Probably took
surprised.
some years off your life there.
There's not many there already.
I could see that.
Yeah.
What?
That's a fun way to end on.
Yeah.
You have anything to plug, Alex?
Just the typical, whatever we usually do. But I'd like to give a nice round of applause for Adrian.
Thank you. I'll be here.
We're
all
going to cut
week.
that
I
off
live
short,
here.
though.
And if you did like Adrian, perhaps watch Omaha if you'd like that.
I could plug Omaha. I'm on Omaha. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
You might be seeing more of Adrian. Adrian is a dear friend of ours.
Your friend.
I applied to Survivor. I'd like to be on Survivors. I'd plug
there you
that.
go. Yeah.
If we want to
CBS.
sponsor, actually, yeah,
CBS.
CBS, yeah.
CBS quality content.
Yeah.
Paramount Plus, if you will, even.
Yeah. We'll take a thing for Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
We'll shill for them, yeah.
Yeah, I'm very marketable.
You are. Look at you.
Vulgar as all hell.
Yeah. You'll just have
I
to
would
cut
be
out
edited out the season, like just entirely.
They'll have to take out the Arby slander that you
purple
do.
Arby's.
Yeah.
Get a purple at it.
You'll be eating a bug and you'll be like, this is at least better than Arby's.
And they're like, Adrian, we were going to have that
Yeah.
in, but now we can't. Can you just do a
Arby's
voiceover?
watches this.
Yeah. Arby's is our biggest fan.
Adrian, I have one last question for you on the Survivor topic.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
You shouldn't have brought up.
This is gonna be a
Survivor.
second.
No,
This is gonna be a
this is
second
amazing.
episode.
This is amazing. Adrian, if you were told you could go on to Survivor, however, Arby's was the sponsor of the season and there would be a challenge that you would have to eat Arby's and then a reward challenge that the reward is Arby's, would you still go on?
I'd fuck the founder to go on Survivor. I don't care who's paying me. I'd eat like live Beatles and shit. And then maybe Arby's. Like I don't like
I love Arby's
Yeah.
for the record.
And I like that we tied it back to our
Arby's?
first bit.
yeah.
That's comedy. That's comedy. That's a comedy applause.
That wasn't the joke.
Okay, great. Yeah, I guess subscribe to our thing. If you want to do our Patreon, we had a mic check before that. If you want more of Adrian, you can check that out.
Our email.
Oh, yes. If you have any emails, any comments, any questions, any deep concerns about us, if you have a concern about Adrian, we can bring that up later too.
We're going to go buy Adrian lunch after this. So if you're worried about him getting fed, he's getting food.
That's how I'm being paid for this.
So, yeah, that is cadefriends@gmail.com. Close this out, Alex.
Thank you guys once again. We really appreciate you listening to us, watching us if you're watching us, and just supporting us overall. Please send us an email. Support us on Patreon if you'd like. And if you want to see Adrian back, let us know in the comments below. Send us an email saying you'd like to see Adrian back and any other thing I guess you would like.
Yes, rank Adrian as far as a guest on our show. Put him in. Let him
I
know.
really hope people do. I want to know I want to see the critiques.
Yeah, where to see rank and all this sort of thing. Like, so do you think that you would rank as a guest?
I don't know if I want to be ranked. That might hurt my feelings.
It might.
It probably will.
Yeah, let's go get lunch.
This is the longest outro.
Thank you so much, guys. I do love Arby's.
Censor this because I fucking hate Arby's.